So here is the Micro Galaxy Squadron Scout class blind box Darth Maul with speeder. So I'll talk to you through the box here, what comes in it, and then some measurements for it, and then do a comparison of it relative to a couple other versions of this. So first is just the box. So I really like the presentation that they have with how the blind boxes are sorted out. So this is one where I wasn't really thinking about collecting the Scout class, but once I saw the box, I was kind of like, yeah, I kind of have to do this. And I got them, and to be perfectly honest, I was really impressed with how the Scout class came out. So from a box perspective, on the outside of the main box is going to be this, where it'll have the picture of some of the items there on the bottom. And then when you actually take the box out, I've got one here so we can see it. So when you, on the outside of the box, it's got all of the different figures that are going to come in it, or the potential options. And then you have the chases here down at the bottom. So overall, pretty cool presentation. They all come inside of a small blister pack that actually has a case on it, which is really nice. So from a presentation, it's cool when you actually get to take it out of the box. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. So you get three different things with this one. So you're going to get the Darth Maul figure. So this has got a pretty good amount of detail. I really like that they've got the lightsaber on him, which is cool. He looks a little bit like Daredevil, this one. But it's pretty hard to be able to get, I could imagine trying to get something, some paint on this guy's face is going to be pretty challenging for such a small figure. But overall, I would say pretty good Darth Maul figure. Then you're going to get the speeder bike itself. So here it is with this half moon shape. Pretty good detail on it. Some interesting color choice here. I think the color choice is really nice. So, I don't remember from the movie whether or not it looks like that or not, but I think it still does look pretty cool. Then you've got this little slit here in the bottom, which actually works great on this stand. So the stand is a really cool feature. I really like the stands that they made, even the one that comes with the Genevex Starfighter. So this speeder can go on here two different ways. So you can put it on top like that to display it, or if you wanted to fly it around, you can put it here on the side and then zoom it around from there. So one of the things that's interesting about the Scout class here is you can really kind of tell that from a figure perspective, that when they're putting the figures together, they're really using them for the purpose of them being able to display standing up. You can tell that by the position of their hands, because the hands here are facing in, versus if you were riding the bike, you would want to have your hand out like that, which would look kind of silly if the figure was standing like that. So it doesn't make that big of a difference to me personally, but when he gets on here, the Maul figure actually is probably the best fit on the bikes of all of the versions. His hands tend to fit on there pretty good. He's on there pretty tight too. I can flip him over upside down and he's not going to fall off. So that is that. So now from a size perspective, this guy is pretty small. So front to back, you're looking at about an inch and 3/8 maybe. And then from a height perspective, it's only like an 1.25 inches, pretty small. So now looking at this guy compared to the Action Fleet. So this is actually the Action Fleet Darth Maul speeder that comes with the mini scene. So you can see the speeder itself is actually slightly smaller than the Jazzwares version. And the figure is obviously totally different. So he's got his robes on. He's actually in a seated position. He's got his hands out, kind of like I was saying you would expect to see. So the disadvantage of this figure is you just can't really stand him up. He won't stand up very well, but he does sit on the bike really nice. His feet fit in there pretty good, and his hands are on it. And then there is some paint detail there on his face as well, which is pretty incredible that, back in 1995 or whenever this came out, that, or 99, I think it was when it was, that they could paint the detail on the face that good. And then here is the Micro Machines version of it. So this is the one where the figure is he is actually just on the bike. He's glued on there, it doesn't come off. But you can see this one compared to the Jazz Rose Virgin is slightly smaller. So that is that Darth Maul speeder bike. Again, I would say I really like it. So I think the Scout class has turned out a lot better than I had originally anticipated. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below.